We are what day are we in on our trip so far?
Day 6.
Yeah, I think we've been in Peru 6 days. First 4 we were in Lima. On the 30th, we flew to Cusco, which is in, actually I guess central Peru. Cusco, the city itself, is 11,000 feet above sea level. So we stayed there about 2 days to get acclimated, and now we are doing the Salkantay hike. As you can see, we are some pretty high country. That was Jumonte Peak, which is the female peak, to Salkantay, which is the male. And so day 1 we hike 21 kilometers, which is 13 miles. Our tour guide's name is what we just call him Coach, or I like to call him the Peruvian Tupac. So that's what we're doing. Salkantay hike, hopefully we live. At about 13,000 feet, we just got more coca leaves, got a bunch this time. Muy bien.
So to get to the campsite for the first night, it's about 16K away. When you get there, the guide recommends that you hike up to this beautiful Glacier Lagoon. It's about 5K round trip, but it's an 1,100 foot elevation change. So the elevation change happens very quickly, and they recommend doing that so that you can prepare for day 2, which is the hardest day of the entire trek. This was a very, very hard part of the hike, and I think maybe the hardest part, but it was absolutely worth it. And just so you know, the water that those two are swimming in is freezing.
Alright, Will Vlog viewers, it's day 2 of our Salkantay hike. This is the hardest day. We trek 3 hours up. How many kilometers do you know we go?
Today?
Yeah.
It's 20, right? 21.
Well, it's 22 kilometers total, but do you know how high we hike? How many meters up, like elevation change? I think we go up to 15,000 feet.
Yeah.
We're at 13 now. 12, between like 12 and 13 right now. It's our longest day, it's supposed to be our hardest day. It's supposed to be a cold day too. Last night was very cold. So that's what we're doing. Day 2, Salkantay hike. Meters left. Starting to snow. Can't see the mountain, but we summited it. Salkantay has been defeated.
I turned like that.
Get it, boys? 15,250 feet. 53 feet above sea level.
Oh my god.
29. 80. 81. One over my age. Alright.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
You're probably wondering why I decided to do 31 push-ups at 15,000 feet above sea level with our guide's heavy backpack on. And I'm still wondering that exact same thing. The thought process behind that actually is when we summited, there was still a pretty good portion of the group that needed to get to the top of the mountain, and so you want to try to move around and keep warm, so that was something that our guide suggested, and it did warm me back up. As you can see now, we are all of a sudden in this green, luscious area, and that's because we descended very, very quickly. It took us 3 hours to get to the top of Salkantay and another 6 hours to get down to our camp for the evening, which was in the middle of the cloud forest. It's about 60 degrees when we arrived, so much warmer than the evening before. This is actually the view from the campsite. It was very lovely. There were some turkeys and some horses running by, so it was a very, very lively place to wake up to. Day 3 is actually the shortest day of the Salkantay trek. It's 16K. I know what you're thinking. 16K short? Yes. When you've been hiking uphill for 2 days and getting up at 3:30 a.m. and doing 20 plus K, 16K is welcomed. And it was actually primarily downhill and very flat, so it was nice. It was warm. Mosquitoes did come out, but it was one of the easier days that we had. However, Coach wanted to make sure that we got our exercise in, so we did play some soccer at about 8,000 to 9,000 feet above sea level. We ended day 3 in Santa Teresa and sampled some Inca tequila.
Arriba, abajo, al centro, uno adentro. Hostias.
Oh my God.
Buenos dias, Will Vlog viewers. I'm very out of breath right now, and I'm sweating. So yesterday was day 3 of our trek. We descended a couple thousand feet. It was just pretty much downhill all day for 16K. We stayed in a town called Santa Teresa. Had a bit of a party there. Everybody was celebrating hiking Salkantay Pass. But today, you had a few options. We are going to end up at Aguas Calientes. It's 21K away, and it's not really easy to get to Machu Picchu. So one of the ways you can get there is you take a bus from where we were at to Hydroelectrica, the next town, and then you can walk along the train tracks from there, which is another 11K, or you can walk there. And a small portion of us decided to walk it. Since I'm running a 10K soon, I had the bright idea to run a little bit. Not a good idea. Got this huge pack on. So yeah, day 4, get to Aguas Calientes, and then tomorrow, check out the Machu Picchu. So let's go check out the road, the rest of the road to Machu Picchu. Later, we have reached Aguas Calientes. It's the town right at the base of Machu Picchu. So tomorrow morning we'll get up at 3:30 a.m. 3 a.m. actually. Leave by 3:30.
That's how we live nowadays. Leave
by 3:30 a.m. We'll walk back that way to Machu Picchu. We'll go up the 1,400 Inca steps to get to the gate at 6 a.m. when it opens. You can also cheat and take a bus, but we ain't no cheaters. And then I probably won't ever walk again after that, because I'm gonna give the old getaway sticks a break. The video is not gonna do it justice. You can't really put it into words, but it's really beautiful here. It's so green, much different than where we were at 2 days ago when we were hiking Salkantay.
Yeah.
So that's the end of day 4. Tomorrow's day 5, Machu Picchu and Machu Picchu Mountain, which is another hike right next to Machu Picchu where you overlook it. So we're about to wrap up this Salkantay trek.
And that's the first 4 days of the Salkantay trek. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.